From a long way away, I'll take risks. Swing round that corner, I can't miss. I can't go back, I can't switch. I can't go back, I can't switch. Coming up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming up, yeah, yeah. Coming up, yeah, yeah. Coming up. I ain't apologizing. I made a goal and I hit it. Whole lot of people was saying I never would do it, then I went and did it. I ain't been seeing no ceilings. I'm making use of each minute. You can't relate to that feeling. I don't expect you to get it. Take a look at what's around us. Believing in me, I'm the main one. How you think I'ma be humble when I walk around knowing just where I came from? I think I'm really the one. Telling myself, yeah, I know it. I may go.
What's going on, YouTubers? This is Dre coming at you one more again from Blacksmith RC, and we're gonna talk about the re-engineering that I have done on the Injora, what I call the Mad Max rock buggy chassis. And I've got to give big thanks to Josh from Texoma RC, because it was actually just by watching one of his videos of his Slasher Elite chassis design that gave me this idea. And it does work. It has been proven. You guys seen the video in the first part of this video on going up the incline on Rock Mountain, Rock Wall. So we're going to get into it. But the first thing, of course, you can see that we've got the Injora Mad Max chassis. I'm not sure what Injora calls it, but that's what I call it here in the shop. Now, the first thing about this thing, it's a very unique design in the beginning, because in the front, hopefully I can get a good picture in here if you guys can possibly see that, I've got a 69 millimeter lower high clearance link at the bottom, and I think I've got the plastic upper link, the stock upper link, and now I do not have it mounted down here on the transmission mount. I've got it actually right there on the chassis, because this, as you know, you guys can see this chassis has plenty of holes, which is great for a guy like me, and I'm sure many other guys that actually have bought this chassis. So we raised that mounting point to that upper link to right there, so that gives us a lot more articulation in the front. Does really well back there. Now, in the beginning, initially, I went ahead and went even longer in the rear. I've got the 78 millimeter from the Gladiator rear end on there, and I did have them the proper way. You guys can see now that it's reversed. This is where the reverse engineering part comes from. This part is usually back here, but we moved it to the front from watching some of Texoma's RC. And then, since we have all these holes in the back part of the chassis here, I had a few extras. So what I've got on the top is a 51, and mounted that on the lower part of that upper mount, because that is like an upper mount that I kind of modified myself. That's not a bought part. I just used an extra piece of one of the original rear end link parts and cut it down, glued it on top, so I then had another area to mount my upper rear links. So in this configuration, you want to go, if you do this, you want to go with just the normal. You don't have to buy the upper or raised link mount. You can just use your stock link mount and put a 51 millimeter, you know, where it would normally go in the back here, and then find your exact spot where you want to mount the upper link on the chassis. And on this one, we've got 1, 2, 3. We're on the 4th hole right there from the back on the very lowest, I guess, mounting point now for this chassis. And that gives us like complete articulation. You guys can see that goes all the way up to that bar that's right there without causing any resistance, any binding. And of course, we've got the OGRC drive link also from the Gladiator on the back. Give it a little bit more weight. And these are the RampCrab Brass 78mm lower links for the Gladiator on the back of this thing. So that's what it is, guys. Now you know. If you want to try it out and use it for yourself, you can. No big deal. I don't say I duplicated what Josh did. I just replicated it for this particular chassis that I had. So you guys keep making it do what it do, and I'll catch you on the next video.